Raised Rowdy.
All right, guys, welcome to the Raised Rowdy Podcast. I am Nicky T.
Wow, good to meet you, man. I'm Kurt Ozan.
And our special guest this week, Mr. Ben Gallaher. How you doing, bro?
What's up, fellas? Thanks for having me.
Oh, thank you, man. We were just talking a little bit earlier, and, I mean, we've known each other for a while, and you've played our events previously.
Yes, sir.
But we ran into each other at Live from the Vineyard. Watched you crush the ending show there. Man, what was that theater? It was super cool looking theater.
Big time cool, man.
Yeah.
Old school.
Yeah.
Acoustics in a theater like that can't really be beat.
No,
Yeah, that's
so
awesome.
good. So it was cool to reconnect, and then literally got an email like right as we got back, and I was like, did he tell him that we talked about? But it was just kind of karma, you know? And so I'm glad to have you out here, man.
Well, I appreciate it. You guys have always supported me well, so I appreciate it, man.
We appreciate you, man.
I'm surprised we haven't ran into each other.
I know it.
Yeah.
Well, you guys both slay guitar.
Well, you're a hell of a player, man.
Hey, you too, bro. Yeah, it was fun going through your catalog to get ready for this, you know?
No, it's like we may nerd out and talk some
Hey,
weird stuff.
dude, listen.
Do you play, Nicky?
No, I listen so good though, but that's about it.
Yeah.
I took guitar class my senior year of high school for like a half a semester, and I was like, I just want to learn one half of a Green Day song, and I did that, and then I was like, all right, sick. I'm good.
Ban
You got it.
it. Was it really Brain Stew?
Yeah, dude. of
Hell
course.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'll say I was playing that in 6th grade.
Yeah. Well, I didn't have guitar in 6th grade.
No shit.
But it's for me, it's just been a life of listening to music and just getting to embrace it. So,
Well, you got the ear, man.
I guess. Yeah.
Ben, what were you playing growing up? What were your early influences?
Man, I grew up on 90s country, strictly.
Really?
Yeah,
didn't grow up on any country at all. Now I play it for a living.
None.
Yeah.
Where are you from originally?
South Florida.
Okay.
So it was like my parents weren't like they didn't know anything about country music. I knew like Hey Good Looking, and I knew like Thunder Rolls and just the crossover huge smash hits.
Yeah.
But like I didn't know who Clint Black was until I moved to Nashville in like 2012, and like I don't know who Luke Bryan was or like Reba or anything. I knew Dolly Parton, but
Yeah. So you're
Yeah.
90s country kid.
90s country strictly, because that's the only thing that was playing in the house.
yeah.
My folks had it on, and like that, so I was like, I got the bug early on. I didn't get into rock and roll until high school,
Really?
and that's pretty much where I've always lived. Just those
Those
two.
two.
And my music now doesn't sound like 90s country at all, but I was influenced by that because that's where I got the bug.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
huge, that inspired me, but sonically, you wouldn't listen to my records and be like,
90s country.
it's 90s country.
No, it's rock as it is country, but I think that's one of the things that makes it stand out.
Yeah.
Is like, you have the country lyrics, you have the country storytelling in there, but you also have the like, you not only can your band rock, you can rock, which is sick.
Thanks, man.
Yeah.
And that's, Skinnerd and ZZ Top and all that. I mean, I love the Eagles.
Yeah.
I hear also like a lot of like newer rock too in there too, like maybe like even like a Breaking Benjamin or something.
Oh, yeah. That's some Three Doors Down.
Three Doors Down.
Switchfoot,
Exactly. Yeah.
Lifehouse. I loved all that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I love that.
I mean, all that stuff was so guitar driven.
Yes. Very much.
And I think that's where, like, I dug my teeth on that, because when you hear those songs, you know exactly what they are within 0.2 seconds,
Yeah.
because they were
Yes.
driven by the riff. You don't hear that as much anymore
No.
nowadays. It's
Yeah.
like, it was so that rock stuff and country too, but especially the rock stuff that was like, Skinnerd and Sweet Home. Not because it's a massive song, but that riff, you know exactly what it is because it's so identifiable.
Yep. Yeah, the riff or the lick is as identifiable as the chorus is,
What are some like identifiable country riffs? I think like Chattahoochee, Bannon, you go, oh shit.
Friends in Low Places.
Yeah.
Just because you know
Absolutely.
exactly what it
As
is.
soon as you hear it, no matter what part of the song.
Somebody like you, Keith Urban.
Yeah,
That
that's-
six-string,
There's
man. Yeah,
a lot, but not as much as rock. Rock is like every single song,
I know it.
you know.
especially back then in that era.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Trying
Now-
to bring it back, man.
Yeah.
Man, and honestly, I'm here for that.
Yeah, that stomp riff is sick.
Yeah.
Thanks, man. That changed that whole thing was a huge blessing, man. That changed a lot of stuff for
world.
me. Yeah.
Really?
Oh
How
my
so?
gosh.
The internet.
I wrote that riff like 5 years prior to posting it. But
Mm-hmm.
you know, as a player, you come up with all kinds of different riffs, and they don't all see the light of the day. You know, you put them in your phone, and then it's like you either write them or you don't, and then you play them live, and then you don't, and it's just noodle around or whatever. And I guess that was one of them. And I was floating through one night, and it came back to me, and I was like, "Oh man, I forgot about this kind." It felt good, right? It's like it's kind of a cool riff. I'll just take a video, Instagram. You got to do it, right?
Oh yeah.
I'll post a video of this thing, and I threw it up there, and I wasn't paying attention to the numbers at all. Like 7 days went by, and my phone starts like blowing up. What is going on? And it's that riff is getting serious wings on it.
Without even a lyric over it or anything? Or?
No, that's just the whole thing. And so there was, like thousands of comments. They're like, "What's the song title?" Well, there was no song at the time, just the riff. So I called Thrasher, one of my producers, and said, "Dude, you got to see this, man. We need to write this like now." Because everybody's wanting it.
Yeah.
It's like 20 some seconds. So the caption was boot stomping because I was keeping time with my boot on a pedal board case. It's like just iPhones, nothing on it. And so we wrote Stomp. And so that first video went like, I think almost 8 million views.
Dang.
And then I was like, so we wrote the song, and then some time passed, and I was like, I'm going to post it again. Algorithm bull, maybe
post the same
it
clip.
maybe, who knows, man, I got lucky. You never know. Posted it again. That one went to 7 million. And then we dropped the song, and to date, it's at like 35 or 36 million.
So crazy.
It's a huge blessing, man. You just never know. You never know what's going to take off and connect with somebody, even when there's not a lyric on it. Like, it's just a riff. But if you can connect with somebody through, that's what music's all about.
It really is.
It's cool because it's like, it's like a flashy riff, so it's like impressive, but it's also very catchy. It toes that line perfectly.
Yeah.
So it's like
'Cause you
guitar
can get
players
in
are
the
like,
weeds.
that's sick.
Yeah. You
Yeah.
can get in the weeds with jamming too many notes in there where it's like, man, anybody can play fast if
Yeah.
you just practice, but how about how about some feeling?
Yeah.
So no, I appreciate it, especially coming from a fellow guitar player.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. So was that like your first like big viral moment? Was like that tune?
Big time. Yeah. On
Huge.
socials. That was
That's massive.
Yeah. And you just never know. So I kind of then I would continue doing this boot stomp series is what I call it. And they're just riffs. Some are songs. Some are in the process of being songs. And some aren't songs at all. They're just feel-good riffs. And that kind of became a thing where it was just so raw and real. And it was like literally just phone to, just set up a phone and play.
Yeah. Well, dude, and that's like, you're fantastically talented at guitar to where when you play live, people can't look away from it.
Well,
right?
Thanks, man.
Absolutely. And you figured out a way to transition that to the online audience. When someone saw you, they knew. As soon as someone saw you play, whether it's at a writer's round or on stage with the band, you know what I mean? Like, or on stage solo. Like, when you're playing, people are watching, they're paying attention, and your guitar is part of that thing. So, like, you caught that and showed it to the internet, and God bless the internet for that,
No doubt. 'Cause, it's easy to get caught up in
Yeah.
all that, man, too. You can't live through the numbers because that's a dangerous world. But
For better or for worse.
Yeah.
for sure, man, it's like, that's a whole nother conversation, but it's like, you got to just put out what what you dig. And you hope any artist and songwriter hopes that, it connects with a lot of people, right?
Yes.
But when it does happen, it's definitely a big blessing.
Yeah.
You know.
And that's one of the things that we always talk about, and that we talk about trends of things that we hear often on the pod, and one of those is you kind of got to just do it, social media specifically. It's like you gotta, that's the part of the game now is
No doubt.
can we get more eyes on this? How can we? Touring's expensive.
That's right.
It's expensive to get out on the road. It's expensive to have someone that you pay to get you into the venues as a booking agent. You know, it's expensive to pay your band guys and the bus or van or whatever. You know,
No
the
doubt.
flights. You know, getting to events like freaking in
Live in the
California.
vineyard.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you know, it's California. You know,
That's right.
but at the same time, if you can take a moment where you're probably going to be ripping anyway, because that's what you do is play guitar, you know? If you're going to be ripping anyway, why don't you capture it and see if you can catch that
No
thing?
doubt. And there's been ones where I was like, man, I love this riff.
Mhm.
And it didn't do, you know.
Yeah.
It's like you never know.
That's very true.
And it's like, music's so subjective, right?
Mhm.
What one person loves, another person doesn't like
Mhm.
at all. It doesn't mean it's good or, well, sometimes it can be good or bad, but, you know, it's like people have different tastes, right?
Yeah.
So that's just the thing is like you got to play what you feel, you play
Yeah.
what you love.
Yeah, that's the greatest part about it, and that's what artistry is
No doubt.
you play what you love, and hopefully everybody else loves it as much as you do too.
That's
you know?
right.
And that's the cool part about it.
Yeah, it's funny, but it's like you can come up with a cool riff, but it doesn't make it a good song.
Yeah,
you know,
that's right.
And then so with that riff being as popular as it was and as cool as it was, that's a lot of pressure to write that song. It must have been in that moment.
Big time. But try not to overthink it,
Yeah,
Yeah,
you know. But for sure.
it came out great. You know,
absolutely
Thanks,
agree.
man.
When like that thing that is honestly like what Raised Rowdy is right now is the crossover of rock and country, you know? And you are heavily in that world, right? Like you're one of the artists in town that is most that, you know, like the country storytelling lyrics driven by you hearing great stories of 90s country songs.
Yeah.
And then you take those hooky rock elements and put that mix with it, and
Together, man.
it's music to my ears, literally.
yeah, it's like if like Brad Paisley and Van Halen had a son or something,
Yeah.
and they're from Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
Man, I've always lived in that world. That's like sonically, my music hasn't really changed. I mean, it's evolved. Yeah, I think that's great for an artist to keep pushing the boundaries, but you know, and evolve. But I've kind of always lived in that world where I haven't really gone too far, like way out,
Yeah.
and chased, you know, something else. I've always thought, man, I mean, to stand out, there's no better way to stand out than to do what you do.
Yeah.
There already is that other thing.
Right.
You know what I mean?
100%.
I've kind of just always done what I've done.
Yeah.
Yeah, people say be yourself. Everyone else is taken.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's super true, though. And, man, authentic.
That's
you hear
it.
everyone talk about that, but it's because it's so important.
And people can see through all the bull, man.
Yeah.
They can see if something's put on.
Yeah. If you're playing a bit, just say that you're playing a bit, you know? Like just talk that, you know? Like that's kind of funny too, and people are fine with that, you know?
Yeah, like Wheeler Walker Jr.
Yeah, it's a bit.
Yeah.
It's hilarious bit, you know? But part of it's figuring out who you are, and not just who you are now, but who you will be in 10 years, who you
Yeah.
will be in 20 years, you know?
That's right.
Because those people aren't always the same people,
No.
you know? And that's the development. And it's been cool watching you go from like a dude who was wildly talented when we saw you playing like writers rounds and
Yeah.
things like that when we got to catch
We
you.
done some stuff together. Yeah.
When we got to see that and then go to like the internet's ablaze about it, and I'm telling you that theater like couldn't look away from you.
No kidding.
Absolutely,
I
man.
couldn't see shit, man. Too many lights in my eyes.
No, it was
Been
cool.
there.
And honestly, that it's an interesting thing for me coming from Nashville. Like we're so in it here, right?
I know it.
So, and culturally, there's things that the South likes, and you know, I'm a Pennsylvania guy too.
Yeah, that's right.
It's not exactly the same as the stuff that Pennsylvania likes. Sometimes it's a little different.
Yeah.
Seeing that California crowd, which I hadn't been to California in so long, like really love it, was sick. And like other things too, like it was weird seeing the stuff that they loved or didn't love. Maybe not didn't love, but like what weren't as wildly into. And I'm telling you, they were super into what you were doing, which was sick.
Well, that's good. That's
That
good
tells
to
you
hear,
too.
man.
It translates not just like I think what you're doing is heavily Nashville. Like yes, we embrace it here, but seeing it like carry through to Cali too, I'm like, oh crap, this is sick.
No, that's good, man. I mean, it's easy to get trapped in the Music Row bubble.
Yeah, for sure.
Where you forget, man, all the people out there. You know, there's no substitute for being on the road and playing live. As much as it's fantastic, Instagram, TikTok, whatever, viral, that's great. You can reach a lot of people, and that's an awesome tool.
Yep.
But entertaining through a screen is a little different than entertaining somebody that, you know,
They get to see.
in person. I feel like there's no substitute for that.
There's not.
Totally.
That's, for me, I mean, that's what made my obsession with music
Live.
when I started to get to see it live.
Yeah.
You know, like from my early shows of seeing like the Clarks, who are from Western Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
And just watching Scott Blasey take the crowd and like all the girls fawn over him, you know, like, because they did, you know.
He was doing his thing, man.
Yeah. And then watching Kid Rock, Limp Bizkit, and Stained in 1999, you know, in like the biggest room that I saw a show in to that point, like go crazy. And the crowd went nuts. And I was in the back row and I was like in love with what was happening on stage, you know.
You weren't on the outside looking in?
I'm always on the outside. But it was, and that was wild too, like seeing Aaron Lewis that early in his career, because he didn't have the chops yet. And then seeing him headline shows a couple years later when he was like really Aaron Lewis from Stained, like really
He was rocking.
got it and was like
Oh,
the
yeah.
man, you know.
I was at a table at Losers, and he was at this table. I didn't know it was him, and everyone kept bringing us drinks, and we were playing shots and stuff. I'm like getting all drunk, and they're like, "Hey, get up and sing one," and I was like, "Oh, I didn't even know he was a singer." And they're like, "Oh, you've been hanging out with Aaron Lewis from Stained." I was like, "Okay." And he got up on stage, and I'm like, "There's no way he's gonna sound good. We're hammered." And he just like sounded amazing. I was like, "Okay, fair enough."
Damn.
Yeah.
It's wild.
Pretty impressive.
Yeah. Some of those guys, I mean, that's the rock star stuff. That's pro rock star.
Yeah,
right
pro
there.
rock star. Yeah.
Man,
It's
no
nuts.
doubt.
It's crazy. But also, being a Pennsylvania boy, you know, there is a good music scene and also just music lovers all across that state.
Oh, big time.
You know, we've been to Philly. We've been, of course, Pittsburgh, as far west as we can get. And, like, there's people that love music there as much as people love country music in the South. And they
No doubt.
absolutely rock, too.
And there's a lot in between Pittsburgh and Philly.
Absolutely everything. Everything's in between it.
Yeah.
Pittsburgh and Philly are like, but there's real people in the center of the state.
You're from more
about
of the
an hour
Pittsburgh
south
side?
of Pittsburgh.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. So I grew up about an hour south of Pittsburgh. We said we were from Pittsburgh because that was the closest thing that was real, but I was closer to Morgantown than I was
So
Pittsburgh.
you're down there in a corner like Green.
So I grew up Vietnam, as we like to call it.
Yeah. Funny. Okay, go ahead. And I got a story for you.
But yeah, I went to college in Westmoreland County, and then we played football in Greene County. You know.
Oh, yeah.
So that was where I lived for sure.
Speaking of Fayette,
Yeah.
I played the Fayetteville State Prison
Oh, really?
a lot of times.
That's wild.
It's down there in that
Yeah.
down there by you.
That's crazy. Yeah, I've never been to a prison.
What songs did you play? I mean, your originals, or do you play Johnny
No.
Cash, or what?
I mean, yeah, mostly originals, but I toured all the Pennsylvania state prisons for like 10 years.
That's crazy.
What?
Yeah, it's wild. It's, in Knott County, these guys were like, it's max security. I mean, there's lifers, like you
Yeah.
name it. A friend of mine in 2011, that's the year I moved to Nashville. He said he worked at a state prison near where I was from, Pennsylvania. He said, "Hey man, we're thinking about doing something different this year, having some music in country music. You ever thought about coming and playing for the inmates?" I said, "Hell no, I ain't thought about that." So
Why would
Johnny,
anyone ever think of
I
that?
know, I know. It was so Johnny Cash, man. I
Yeah.
was like, all right, I'll go in there. So I was like 19. Went in there, just solo acoustic. Brought my Mackie Thumps at the time. Speakers in, 250 inmates and bleachers. And man, you could hear a pin drop in there. It was like, there's guys crying in the front row playing a heartbreak song, you know, and it's like connecting on that level with the guys that are probably in the darkest place they've ever been, all through country music. So anyways, it kind of spread naturally to all the other state prisons in PA. My phone started ringing. Hey, this is so prison, we want to have. So I started doing a tour, and so I did it for about 10 years.
That's crazy.
And it was wild, man, but
How was the catering?
not great.
Was it like on a steel, like a plate, like a prison plate kind of thing, or what?
Not great. No, I didn't eat nothing in there, man.
No, but just thinking to that, it's like those people do not get to experience that. Maybe they did when they were outside, but you were the taste of regular reality for them. Music sets you free,
That's right.
and you gave
Not
them
literally, but yeah,
Yeah.
temporarily.
Not in that case.
that. Yeah, but music, you got to give those guys a little bit of reprieve.
Well, that's just it, man. I remember getting messages from people that were like family members or like the wife. Hey, talk to Johnny, whatever his name was. Last week, I got to tell you, I haven't heard him that happy in 10 years. You took him out of prison for 90 minutes, and it's like, man, that's a power of music right there, you know. And then guys have since got out and come to see us play live, and so at the merch table afterwards, like, man, I saw you at Pittsburgh, but it's closed now. But that prison at the time, in 2013, and I'm finally out and wanted to come out to the show. I was like, wow, man. So it's just moving. A lot of that. There's a lot of stories like that, man. They give me I call it the oh shit button. And it's like, if anything goes down, I'm to press that button and all the guards and the whole thing come to the gymnasium. Now, thankfully, nothing had happened. Nothing ever went down in all those years, but it could have. I mean, they don't really see me as a threat because I'm in there, bringing music, but at the same time, can't forget where you're at. Yeah. I mean, these guys are no shit.
Yeah, that's crazy.
But it's
I
wild.
didn't know that. That's a cool story.
And they must scan you for like a file or something.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, they go through my stuff they took the speakers apart. They go through everything with a fine-tooth comb, because think about it.
Yeah.
Got all my equipment. It's just me, but I got my acoustic rig, my equipment in there, and they're going through everything just to
Make sure.
They're like, hey, we couldn't find a hotel for you, so we got to sell. Spend the night.
Sleep in the truck.
Yeah.
Rather in the truck.
Bro, that's a crazy story.
That's nuts.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Dude came up to me one time and he said, hey, man, I got to tell you, I hate country music. And I've been in here for 20 years. Those songs just changed my whole outlook on life. He said, you make me want to be a better person and chase my dream when I get out of here real soon. I'm working towards it. I was like, that hits you like a hammer,
Yeah. That's real shit right there.
No doubt.
Would you ever go back and do another prison show?
Big time. I want to do an EP, a live EP at one of the.
That's a badass idea.
Yeah.
I want to do live at whatever state prison, just because I cut my teeth in the state prison.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
You're
to
like,
say.
you're like carefully saying it because we're gonna clip that and just post that out of context. And everyone's gonna be like, "Who is this guy?"
Man, early on, I learned a lot of stuff though, playing live, because it's just me and it's a very unbiased crowd. They don't have to clap, dude. I mean, they're in there. I mean, thankfully, you could hear a pin drop the whole time because they were locked in. But like, it's not like they paid for a ticket and like wanted to come hear the songs,
Yeah.
So, but one time I broke a string. I play pretty unconventionally hard on solo acoustic, and there is nobody else. There's no guitar tech. There's no somebody else that can help, so it's just me. Well, you got 90 minutes playing a 6-string guitar on 5 strings, ain't gonna roll, So I had to learn on the fly to change it on the fly and talk and sing a crowd sing along to get everybody so there wasn't mayhem going on without, fights, whatever going on. But doing that taught me a lot about, a live situation that you don't expect, but the show has to go on.
Yeah.
And you got to keep the crowd here. So, things like that, I feel like, back to the playing live and tour and stuff, like you can't learn those things any other way.
No.
Just experience.
Reps.
Totally.
Mm-hmm.
Reps. 100%.
Yeah, and they got a really unique experience because instead of just some guy, singing, it was like getting to watch you struggle through it probably endeared them to you more, you know?
Big time, because it was so real,
Yeah.
and there was no, you weren't gonna hide behind nothing there. I mean,
No.
they're like 20 yards from me.
When they're not all on their phones taking videos.
Yeah, no,
And they're not drinking beers either.
Yeah, that's
No.
true. Yeah.
sober crowd.
Yeah. That's wild. That's just such a
No chicks either.
yeah.
No
That
dancing.
is wild.
No dancing.
It's an interesting
No dancing you want to see.
Yeah. Yeah, and then that's fucking crazy. The more I think about this gig, and it wasn't something you did once that you've done a bunch of different times.
Yeah.
You know? That's wild.
That's a crazy gig, and it probably almost felt vintage because these people aren't people that have a screen in front of them 24 hours a day and have a phone in their hand when they feel uncomfortable to kind of get away.
Totally.
They're probably even more tuned in than other crowds would be.
Totally, man, because there was nowhere else to go.
Yeah.
But it was like
Captive audience.
big time.
That's wild.
It was so stripped down to just a lyric and a melody.
Yeah.
And you were, you know, I would try new songs out and stuff, see how they would go. And then I'd play a handful of covers just that,
Yeah.
you know, get them all singing along.
Yeah, like what?
Well, definitely. I mean, I had to do Folsom Prison.
Of course you
Yeah.
did. Absolutely.
I think I did The Ride, David Allen Coe.
Of course. Yeah.
I did Drift Away.
Yep.
And it was, you know, and you could see it, man. And it's such a dark place. You could see so much light in there with those guys screaming at the top of their lungs, "Give me the Beatles, free my soul." You know?
Yeah, yeah.
Man, it's awesome.
Chaos, but the best kind of chaos.
Yeah. Oh, God, don't get too crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Simmer down now.
Well, speaking of the live EP, that sounds great. Let's do that. Somehow we'll be involved. We'll have it back on the pod when you do that. But let's talk about the EP that you currently have too.
Yes, sir.
So Bullet, which is title track. Why don't you kind of break it down for us?
Yeah, man. Bullet's one of my favorite songs I've ever been a part of. I wrote it for my wife, and then we had our son, who's 10 months now. And then after he came, the song took on a whole new meaning. I said, like, if you've ever loved anybody at all, you can relate to that song. I mean, it's loving someone so much that you would do anything for it. You would take a bullet for them. I mean, literally and metaphorically. But it would know no bounds. So it's the title of the EP for that reason, because it's a powerful song.
Yeah.
And the music video just dropped, and it gets pretty intense, which I feel like was the only way to do it
Yeah.
with the song titled Bullet.
Mhm.
Absolutely. And I think it's like, it screams you, which is cool. You know what I mean? I think it's a good
No,
representation.
thanks. I'm glad that I felt like that too, so I'm glad that
Yeah.
came through.
You hear that and see it too, and you're like, okay, yep, I get it. You know,
Yep.
whether you, and I've kind of known you and seen you before, but I think
Yeah.
that's a cool like statement piece too. You know,
For sure. I mean, live at the Vineyard was one of the first times I had played it out there, and like
Yeah.
felt like we got some good reaction.
Dude, the
from
crowd
it.
was nuts over it. Like
Yeah.
they were nuts over the whole thing, but yeah, it was great.
No, man, I'm excited about it. Yeah, so 5 songs on the EP. Thing about an EP is you don't have, and y'all know this, it's like you don't have the luxury of taking a listener through a 12-song emotional roller
Right.
coaster journey,
Yeah.
right? Trimmed to 4 to 6. You
Yep.
know, in this case 5. But I feel like the EP covers a lot of ground, and every one of them's authentic to what I do.
Yeah.
You know. And then we did the Bryan Adams cover, which did come out previously, but we wanted to put it on the EP because
Yeah,
it felt like it was a cool nod to 80s rock and roll.
yeah.
So,
It's cool, man. And when we talk about artists, we talk about like, do you know what you're listening to when you hear it? And you do with you. You know, like when I hear your songs, I know it's you. And I think that's part vocal, but it's also part stylistically. Like you can kind of hear your sound, which
that's huge, man.
it is. It
Thank
really
you.
is.
Super important.
It's super important, and it's not as often as you would think. You know,
Well, there's
it's
just-
not all the time. you know, with everyone, you know.
I feel like it's identifiable just
Yes.
because, you know, I hope that it stands out just because, and it's just me doing what I do. But man, there's a lot of traffic out there, man, and there's a lot of bullshit in the way.
Yeah.
I mean, there is.
There's a lot of noise.
Yeah.
There's more songs dropping than ever. Country as a genre is wider than it's ever been, which means there's room for everything, but it also
Totally.
means that there's a lot of it, you know? So
Yep.
standing out, I think now is even more important than it's ever been, you know?
No doubt.
And that's one of the cool things. All right, how about we have the nerd out on guitar section of the
Let's
pod?
do it, man.
Man, I was just waiting for that.
Yeah. Well, I'm listening to your stuff. I'm hearing a lot of like, we're talking about rock stuff. And that's why I was surprised when you said you grew up like in the 90 country stuff. Because I'm hearing like the big wide bends and the long delays and stuff. I'm like, this guy's a rocker for sure. I thought you were going to say, you know, I don't know, like maybe like AC/DC or something. But then like you saying grow up on 90s country is like surprised me.
No kidding.
Who was like your guitar heroes growing up?
I mean, it was an array, but like young, it was Brent Mason. But I
course.
didn't know that that's who it was at the time. It was just that.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know, that
Were you a
thing.
telly picker growing up or?
Always just acoustic until like maybe late middle school. I got my first telly, you know, and then got into that. But that 90s chicken picking just hooked me. I was like, what is that? Felt it in my bones, you know. But high school, you know, fast forward a little bit, AC/DC. I mean, riff bass, you know, that whole thing. Love that. I mean, huge. We played Long Way to the Top on our live show. It's just it's got that thing on it, man.
Undeniable.
But big Mark Knopfler fan.
Oh,
I
cool.
mean, I mean, that he's got just the hands, man.
He's
It's in
got the touch.
The touch, dude.
Yeah.
I always said, you'll agree with this, I bet. You could take two different guitar players with the same guitar part. It's going to sound different because people got different.
Well, we do like a band medley, like in Luke's set.
Yeah.
And so I play Sultans of Swing, like in that
No
part
kidding.
of it. Yeah, but we do it. I use a pick, which Mark doesn't. And we do it a little bit faster. We do it like 15 clicks faster. And so it's like I just do my own, because I'm like grew up like Metallica and stuff like that. So I do my Metallica Kurt like high school version of it. You know what I mean? So where it's like more overdriven instead of his like beautiful clean tone with his fingers. So yeah. So
He's
to
a
your
badass.
point, yeah, I think it sounds pretty cool. Yeah. I think I'll find a video of it later.
Yeah, I got to see it.
Yeah, I'll show it to you here, but this guitar doesn't really work that good.
It just looks cool.
Yeah. My buddy Ivan showed me. We were in the parking lot of Smokers Abbey Cigar Bar, and he was showing me this guitar, and he was playing something like, "How are you playing that?" And he goes, "Oh, dude, it's like this like economy picking I've been working on." And I was like, "Oh, okay, I'll work on that." So then I took that Mark Knopfler lick and I just use economy picking. That's how I can get through it and play it fast. You know, if that makes sense.
Dang, yeah.
Yeah.
What's has your live rig changed, or is it pretty consistent?
Oh, well, so way back in the day, I was using like a Marshall Plexi
Yeah.
clone, and I had a separate amp for my steel. Because I'm not playing guitar in every song.
Yeah.
If it's like a country telly kind of a thing, then usually I'm playing steel guitar, and then Dustin's playing the electric on that. And if it's like a heavier song like Ain't No Livin' in Oklahoma or something, then
Yeah.
I'll play my heavy guitar rig. And then we started doing these 360 tours where like the stage was in the middle of the arena.
Yeah.
All the crew were beneath the stage. And so that's when I switched to Neural Quad Cortex, which is like a computer amp.
Yeah.
And so I use that, and it routes all my acoustic instruments too. So like,
Dang.
yeah. So now my rig is just like this computer box, and it sounds great, and it's like literally sounds exactly the same every night. And we go to Europe, it's the same, and we go to Australia, it's the same, and it can route, like I said, all the acoustic stuff, and I run my steel through it, my electric guitars, my fiddle goes through it, banjo, whatever, everything's through there. It's just not that exciting though, but I think it's cool.
Where'd you learn to play everything?
Okay, so one day I decided I wanted a hobby, and I had just found Doc Watson, and I was like, whoa, this is like the coolest shit ever. It changed my life. And there's this video of him, and David Holt was his like guy that he played with, and David was playing clawhammer banjo. I'm like, I want to learn that just for fun. I went and bought $100 banjo, and then I heard Jerry Douglas play, and I was like, I emptied out my bank account and I bought a dobro.
No.
I'm like, I have to learn that. That's the coolest shit I've ever heard. And then I moved to Nashville. This is like long story short, and my buddy Mitch was playing for Gary Allen. I'm like, bro, you're on a tour bus? He's like, yeah. I'm like, what's it like? And he's like, dude, you could get a gig on a tour bus too if you play steel guitar, like you'll get a gig immediately. And I was like, okay, I will. And then I kind of waited for a bit, and I was on YouTube and I was watching Lyle Lovett videos, and I was like, heard the steel on that. I was like, I could maybe do this. You know, it didn't seem so scary. And then so I bought a steel guitar, and then that's just kind of keep doing it, keep buying shit.
Yeah. He just learned fiddle relatively recently too, last couple of years.
Easier said than done. Learning.
Yeah,
all
fiddle's
that,
the hardest.
man.
It's the worst.
Harder than steel?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Way harder. Yeah.
No kidding.
But like I know that you're like largely a self-taught cat,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm like the complete opposite of that. Like I had guitar lessons since I was 10, and I went to music school.
Okay.
So, I think some people are like learn things on their own. I think that is probably the best way to do it. But me not being as disciplined, like I needed the help. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so I've just taken lessons.
I'm sure all that paid off though, is like learning the other instruments too.
I think it does too. Like being more like music theory literate, I think helps.
Yeah.
Because it's like, okay, steel guitar, I know that if I push the button all the way to the left, the B string is going to go from a B to a C sharp. Okay, so if I put my bar down, that B is now a D here.
Mm-hmm.
So on the 3rd fret, and if I push that button, that D is an E because it goes up a step. So it's like, it helps my brain. I'm like, okay, so I hear this on the record. I'm like trying to figure it out. And then it's like having the ability to sort of do the math, I guess, is kind of helped me learn steel guitar.
That's insane, dude. That's awesome.
But what's hard for me for fiddle is that you need to have a good ear for steel guitar, but you have to have like incredible ears to play fiddle, because it's like this fingernail difference of where your finger is what changes whether someone goes, oh,
right.
So someone goes, okay, that sounds like a note. You know what I mean? And so that's what's really been hard, is like trying to get my ear even better. You know what I mean?
It's like tuning a mandolin.
Yeah, that's the worst. Yeah, fiddle's really hard, man.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Wow, that's awesome.
Well, what about what kind of guitars you guys use?
Oh, what do you playing rock guitar? It sounds like. What do you play live?
Man, this will probably surprise you. I'm such a telly guy.
Still, I am surprised.
Yeah, but they're all fitted out with different stuff in them,
Like humbuckers and stuff.
Big time, stacked
Okay.
up, and
Okay,
I have
I'm not
like a
surprised by that.
super aggressive telly,
Mm-hmm.
and then kind of more of a country clean guy, and then one that's kind of middle of the road. It's got 3 pickups, 7 switch kind of deal.
Yeah, like a Strat telly.
That's right. So
Sick.
I can cover a lot of ground on that, but for me it's so home to me. It feels like
I love tellies. The best guitars in the world. Yeah.
just nuts and bolts.
Or are
man.
they Fenders or?
Yeah, they're Fenders.
Oh, cool.
Oh yeah. I got a Les Paul.
Mm-hmm. I would have guessed listening to your records, preparing for this podcast, is what you'd play.
Got a Les Paul, sold it.
Uh-huh.
Didn't like how it fit. I didn't like how it fit in my hands.
Yeah.
So, there is no substitute for if you're trying to get that sound.
Mm-hmm.
You still need one of those guys. But it's like I kind of live in that world, and on the records, that's what I'm playing on the.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
on the songs.
I was like kind of putting myself in your headspace when I was listening to your catalog, getting ready for this, and I was thinking of, I'm used to Luke. He will strum acoustic guitar and sing, or just sing. And for artists that are also playing like the leads, there's part where it's like the vocal is like keeping going, and then the lead comes in. Is there ever a time where it's like you wish you were just doing a little bit less on stage as far as like carrying both those torches? Or
Yeah, that's a great question. Sometimes, but now we're 3-piecing it now live, which is even more on.
that's super exposed, man.
Big time. Been 3-piecing it for probably like the last year. Not for everything, but
For bass and drums, yeah.
and what I love about that is it's more space. It's not just a wall of sound when every little bit is full of sound. I feel like there's like some beauty and some space. Like let the music, let it breathe for a second. I don't have to have a note and some crazy run all the time. You know, I don't want it to be empty, but at the same time, I don't want to fill it out where it's like, man, I can't even breathe. There's so much going on, and that's what's like. I love doing a 3-piece now because of that.
Well, that's like one of Nick's favorite band, Cadillac 3. It's like they're
oh man, they're bad at the bone.
Yeah.
Jaron, all those guys.
Just
Neil,
stupid
Kelby,
good.
yeah.
But they're interesting because Kelby's playing bass and steel at the same time.
I know it.
And so you're rocking just regular bass player, drummer,
Yep.
and then you.
Yeah.
Dang.
And yeah, sometimes
That's a naked feeling. Huh?
Sometimes I'll feel like I wish I will miss having another guy chunking.
Yeah,
back
especially
there.
during like a solo or something.
For sure. So yeah, to answer your question, sometimes I'm like, man, there's a lot going on here, just me. But I'll dial it back though, where I don't have to be playing all the time, and I'll let it breathe for the song. And actually, at first I was like, man, I'm going to be on an island. I don't know if I'm going to like this whole 3-piece thing. Like I said, it's not for every show, but for some stuff, I'm like, man, I think I kind of like it more.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like Brad, we're talking about Brad Paisley is kind of that way, but he's got keys and he's got steel and fiddle and stuff, which is like a lot. Even if there's not a dude like playing power chords all the time.
Yeah.
So it's like you've got to be on your fucking game if you're playing trio.
For sure.
It's like that's what Stevie Ray Vaughan did. So or not always, but it's like that's hard.
Can't be hammered up there trying to do that.
No.
Ain't gonna work.
Fuck
No.
Yeah,
Not at
especially
all.
singing those parts. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, that's got to be a hard song to sing, and then it's got
Ooh,
all
it
the
gets
lead
up there.
parts. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
way up there.
Yeah, it gets up there. So, yeah, we're about to be super busy all summer long.
Tell us all about
and,
it.
yeah, we're about to unleash a pile of dates, in the back half of the summer into the fall.
Sick.
So they're not
Headlining
announced
shows?
yet. Yeah, they're all headlined.
Yeah.
A couple support things.
Yeah.
But mostly headlining, clubs and stuff. And I'm taking a 3-piece to all of them.
Yeah.
So they'll be announced probably within the next couple weeks.
Cool.
Awesome.
So
So clubs, any prisons or no?
I gotta get.
Nothing
I gotta
like
do it again, man. I finished that COVID year. I couldn't go in, so then I filmed them all and sent videos so they would play it on like the inmate
Yeah.
show. Or
I hate that my brain goes here, but I'm like that would just make such good content.
Yeah.
Well, I had a guy. I did bring a guy. Alex Ferrari came in and shot like 2018 or something like that. He came in and filmed the piece. It's on YouTube, and it's a little bit behind the scenes. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Um,
You should dig that up. That'd
I
be
know it.
fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's probably some gold in there.
I know it.
I can tell you that's the only time I've ever heard prison gig on the 200 episodes
Yeah.
of the podcast we've ever done, which is crazy. But man, that made my brain kind of explode too. Like
Same.
just thinking the different audiences, right? And how from when I went to a show the first time when I was a kid, and then as a teenager, and then now, how culture's changed, how music's changed,
Oh yeah,
and how the listeners have changed.
no doubt.
But those listeners you got, kind of vintage listeners.
Ain't much changing on the listening front in there.
Yeah. It's crazy to think about.
Mm.
My brain exploded a little bit with that.
Yeah.
Which is cool. Well, anything, what do you get into when you're not just shredding on guitar and out on the road?
Man, I'm in the woods. I'm hunting, trapping. If I hunted anymore this past season, my bags were gonna be on the porch. I'm telling you, man. It's a mild obsession.
Yeah. Any particular animal you like to?
I'm a big bow hunter, so whitetail,
yeah,
deer.
whitetail. Pennsylvania, baby.
I know, man, and
Yep.
I trap a lot of coyotes.
Sick.
There's a lot of coyotes in Middle Tennessee, man, that become
There are.
a problem. So I'm saving the neighborhood dogs and cats, and you can imagine how
Yes.
that goes over when I post a picture like that on Instagram.
Oh, yeah. Can't imagine, honestly. But
And I'll watch the comments, crazy
Roll
stuff
through.
come in, death
Yeah.
threats, you name it. Oh yeah,
Death threats?
oh my gosh, yeah. Posting,
Wow.
oh yeah, from trapping a coyote, holding it up.
it's crazy.
Ain't afraid to put a coyote on your Instagram.
That's a fact.
Yeah.
Yeah, I anticipate all that's gonna come.
Hunting culture is a different thing too. Like I honestly was never a hunter.
Yeah.
My dad hunted a little bit. My brother Chaz went out with them some, but a lot of my friends that I came into later in life were big hunters, and just the idea of it is different from people that have been around it forever.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like you're talking about people going crazy over trapping a coyote. I watched my niece snap a chicken's neck and pluck it when she was young. But culturally, that's what she got
People
taught.
go to McDonald's all the time and get chicken fingers.
Yeah, you know what
Yeah,
I
I know
mean?
it.
But it's like, that was regular to her because
That's
she
right.
came up that was regular to her. You know?
Totally.
They had chickens. When the chickens were done laying eggs, they ate them.
Yeah.
You know? Like, that's
No
not
doubt.
rabbits. Same thing. Like, cute little bunny rabbits. But, like, culture, not all cultures like that. You know?
No.
But
And also, hunting is kind of like the golf in a lot of ways, as far as like networking goes.
mm-hmm.
You know,
Oh
it's,
yeah.
you know, it's like another way to just hang with people.
meet new people.
Big time, dude.
Yeah.
There's a lot of ties between. I mean, obviously hunting and country music and those communities.
Mhm.
You know,
Yeah.
big
Yeah.
time. That's why it's like, it can't be too much of a shock. I like to hunt and trap. Oh my!
Yeah.
I mean,
Country singer. Yeah.
if you've heard any of my music,
Yeah.
it can't be that much of a surprise.
No, yeah. You're like, have you listened to the lyrics at all?
Yeah. And like the Opry does like a hunt, you
Oh,
know?
yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like,
It's part of the culture of country music for sure.
Man, hunting's huge in Pennsylvania, man.
Huge.
I mean, we had off on opening day of buck season. Still,
Yeah.
had off on the first day.
Yep.
No school growing
Yep.
up.
And it was honestly, where I grew up, it was weirder that I didn't hunt
Yeah.
than if you did, you know?
Yeah.
where I from?
And then, but it was just like, I had ADD so bad, my dad couldn't imagine taking me in the woods, you know?
Man, you'd be loud as shit in the
I know, I'd
woods.
just be
Damn.
like up there just jiggling around in a tree stand. you
I'd have
know?
my like harmonica.
I'd have my like Sony Walkman on, just blasting music, scaring all the deer away.
even flow. Yeah.
Man, I just did a gator hunt in Florida, actually. So where you're from South Florida?
Yeah.
You have a bunch of gators growing up?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's like, you know, even like in the canals and stuff in my residential neighborhood, there's gators and stuff.
Crazy.
Nothing like too wild, but and then if you drive like on the highway, like from, you know, take Alligator Alley, like you'll just see them sunning on the side of the highway.
It's crazy.
Yeah, my parents live in Titusville, Florida, which is now further north, and there's like a wildlife drive up there, and it's like a 3-mile like loop through like the marsh swamp lands, and you can, depending on the time of day, you'll see, I don't know, probably 24 gators just chilling. You can
Just
just drive
chilling.
around. Yeah.
That's so interesting to me too. Like, were there coming down here and seeing armadillos was weird
Big time.
because I didn't have any armadillos where we were from.
Same.
You know, like those were a fictional animal that I thought only lived in Texas and Oklahoma. You
Right?
know?
Yeah.
Y'all have them in Florida.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh
Right.
yeah, for sure.
And I've seen a couple here.
Iguanas we have down there too.
Yeah.
Really?
Oh yeah, they're all over the place. They're just like, I remember growing up, you know, we had a pool, and it was like just sunbathing out there, just chilling.
It's crazy.
How big are we talking?
Probably about yay big.
Big snakes, too?
Yeah, yeah. A buddy of mine from high school was like worked at one of those like gator places where you go and there's like a show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that'd be a cool summer job if you didn't get ate.
Oh, that it was like his career now. Yeah.
You know?
Man.
That's so nuts. But it's just cultural differences from regions.
No
you
doubt.
know?
That's
like-
right.
Like
There-
those big whitetail that you were hunting and you're getting
Yeah.
on, that was what we had. So that's
Yeah.
what they hunted, you know?
That's right.
It's,
Yeah. If you had gators, I'm sure that's what you
that's
know.
what you hunt.
We didn't get off school for gators. We just got off school for hurricanes, though.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
Bro, there's like Florida's so interesting because it's like the further south you go, the more like northern it is because it's like Canada and people, and then like there's like these haggard spots of Florida.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Well, most of the state really just outside the cities, and it's like this different sort of redneck where it's like swampy rednecks.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ask McCoy about it. I'm sure he'll tell you all
Oh,
about
yeah.
it.
Or Ryan Nelson.
Yeah, Ryan Nelson for sure. Ryan Nelson. Yeah.
Love you, Ryan.
Yeah.
But no, man, it's it's cultural, and like you talked about, like Philly and Pittsburgh are not the same
No.
as the center of the state, and not the same as where I grew up. You
No
know,
doubt.
which is almost West Virginia. You know, people, I worked a job and they were like, where are you from in the South? And I'm like, Pennsylvania. You know, Like,
Pennsylvania.
yeah. I mean, basically, like Fayette County I mean, crime's heavy, drugs are heavy, the cost of living is low because
Yeah.
nobody's making any money down there. You know, when I was a kid, it wasn't as bad, but then the gap got wider, you know?
Yeah.
And so, you know, you see that stuff.
You get back to PA much?
Man, not as much as I should.
No.
I'm scheduling another trip in June to go see the fam,
Yeah.
but we just have so many events.
Yeah. You guys are piled up.
I host every Sunday, and then if I book someone on a Wednesday show, I don't want to miss them because I booked them.
Yeah.
You know, even though I'm not hosting. Like, I don't want to book you, ask you to come play for me for free, and then I don't show the fuck up.
Yeah.
You know,
You're in Pennsylvania.
yeah, you know. So like, but I need to make more time. My parents are old, and they're not getting any younger.
Yeah, I know.
You know?
It's just, I get it, dude. Big time.
It's tough.
No doubt.
Do you
But-
you live in Nashville?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, just outside of town.
Yeah,
but
it says 2011. That's right.
Yeah, it's
Call home, everybody.
yeah. I call my mama, but not as much as she'd like, and I go home,
I know
but
it.
not as much as she'd like. You know, but
Yeah.
I'm trying to be better about that. You know, trying to take time to make time for the people that mean the most to me.
Clock don't go backwards, man.
Doesn't.
You mill on that for a minute and mess you up, especially you don't see family as often as
Yeah.
you like.
Yeah.
Man.
When it puts your feet on the ground too. Like
Yeah.
you get so caught up in what you're doing and what's next and where we're going and where we're pushing that luckily I have very good friends like Kurt in the music industry here to help me keep grounded in that.
Yeah.
And I have my best friend from growing up that's a girl that I've been friends with since we were 2 weeks old.
Yeah.
I have my best friend from high school and my best friend from college all within a 40-minute circle, which is sick, which is wild that I have that. So they keep me a little bit
That's
grounded when
good.
I get to see them, but there's nothing like touching dirt where your family came from.
No doubt.
There's nothing like
You got brothers or sisters?
Yeah, I'm the youngest of 4 boys, and
No kidding.
yep, got a half sister, 2 half brothers, and then 1 brother that has the same mom and dad as me. So we're a little bit of a mixed family, you know.
That's awesome.
That redneck
dude.
shit. You know? But yeah, man, and you know, I'm at different levels of close to each of them, but I love them all, and I miss them all.
Do they come down some?
Not often. They're busy too. You know, Steve came down once. Sean, no. Steve, no. Lori'd probably be here every week if I let her. Yeah. She's in Florida now. But and then my
swamp.
parents, man, they're over 80. So
Yeah.
it's hard for them to get around.
No doubt.
So they're like, we want to come down. I'm like, why don't you I'll just come up again. But I need to come up again.
Yeah.
You know? So I'm planning a trip in June to go back and see them. And then I'm just going to start booking airfare every time that it is a reasonable rate and just go back.
Man, I think that's fantastic. Dude.
Yeah. I'm trying
It
to.
will be time well spent.
It is. It is. And I tell them, I'm like, is it okay if I come back like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday? And they're like, yeah, we don't care.
I bet they love having you back.
They do. My mom and
He's
dad,
a good boy.
they both miss me so much. I'm the youngest. I'm the baby, you know?
Me too. I get it.
Yeah. They miss me. And my mom tells me all the time, and my mom tells me all the time that dad says it all the time too, you know? If that's not how it goes, you know?
Yeah.
But they're proud of me. They're proud of the man I am. They're proud of the thing I'm trying to build. And that's all I can really ask for.
Tell me about it, dude.
You know?
That's right. Yeah, that's amazing.
That's life, man. That's family.
That's right.
That's country music, too.
I'm glad that no doubt. I'm glad that you're getting back too in June. That'll be here in a minute.
It's coming quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, my brother Steve just hit me up, and he's like, what day? And I'm like, I might drive up. Yeah. Because he wants to pick me up from the airport. And I'm like, I might drive up. I think I'm going to drive up. That way I have my car.
Yeah.
But I'm just going to stay with my parents. Because
Yeah.
usually I like split time, hang with my parents, hang with my friends.
Yeah.
I'm like, they need me with them. They want
Yeah.
me to be there till they go to bed at 7 p.m.
Man, I'm sure they're big time proud of everything you've
They
built.
are.
here.
We're working, man. That's just figuring out what the right things to do are. You know,
Yeah.
what balls to keep in the air and what balls to let fall so
Yeah.
they can keep the other ones in the air higher.
That's
You
right.
know?
That's right.
We're working on it.
That's awesome.
How about you, man? You get back a lot?
A couple times a year, but now that my wife is from like 10 minutes from where I'm from.
Oh,
We
that's
met
great.
in like 8th, 9th grade at church camp.
Aw.
Sick.
Oh yeah. So we hadn't been together that whole time. We kind of talked, then we broke up, then we dated other people, and then after all that, we got back together. But now
Not for
that,
the best.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's right. Now that we have River, it's 10 months. Both of our families come down, and they always did come down a handful of times, you
Yeah.
know. But now there's like extra.
More.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
You have room for them to stay with you?
Yeah, they stay
That's
at the
perfect.
house, which is great. And I'm the youngest of 3, and then my wife's sister and her brother, they come down from time to time too. So we're pretty lucky on that front.
That's great.
But we get up there, you know, a handful of time a year.
Yeah. Man, I love Pennsylvania. I miss it. I miss the people. I miss
Yeah.
the kind of people
Yeah,
that we have there. You know?
yeah. But I will say this: the Southern hospitality, like I was like in line at a gas station. It's like somebody's got a case of beer, and I had a case of beer or something. It's like, oh man, where y'all headed to? Oh, we're going down. Hey man, we're doing burgers and dogs over here. If y'all want to stop on by, never met them. You know that would never happen in PA.
Yeah.
You
No, yeah.
Did
So-
you go?
No, I didn't go.
Oh.
But no, I agree with that 100%. I love it down here too.
Yeah.
I mean, Nashville has been the biggest blessing to me of anything I could think of. You know, and it's a roller coaster here, but
When did you get down here?
I moved down during COVID.
Yeah, that's right.
So,
I
I
remember.
moved
I remember
down.
when you moved down.
Yeah, October 2020, when the world was shut down, and I told my day job that I was keeping a place in Pennsylvania, and I was also just going to be in Tennessee. So if the world opened back up, and they wanted me up there, just give me 24 hours notice, and I'd be there. You know,
Yeah,
and because we were working fully remote,
yeah,
and then worked at a record label for a year and a half, did some marketing, and
yeah.
I went how it went, and you know, it went good, and learned a lot from that, and actually learned industry terms,
Yeah.
and like learned how it works, and like learned that, man, so many people were figuring it out, but smart people figuring it out together was so powerful,
Mm.
you know,
Oh yeah.
and just like really understood more about how the thing works as opposed to, man, I love this song. Why isn't this artist bigger?
No doubt.
You know what I mean?
A lot behind the scenes.
It's a lot behind the scenes, you know? And I didn't, like, I knew, but I didn't know
Yeah.
what it was, you know? And it's an interesting thing to take the thing that you do for a hobby and make it work. But if you enjoy it, then you're not really working that hard.
That's right.
You're working hard, but the work that you're doing is stuff that you enjoy.
That you love. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's.
man.
I didn't know you did that. You were working at a label for a while.
Yeah, a year and a half. Rolled out Hick State Volume 2 for Big Loud.
Oh yeah. Cool.
Marketing side. Did some
Awesome.
like merchandise, a little bit of everything, kind of utility knife. And
Yeah.
man, I learned so much, and I was around so many brilliant people,
Yeah.
you know, and like just I overheard more knowledge than I would have been taught other places, you know what
Yeah.
I mean? So it was sick. And then started Raised Rowdy full time when that came to an end.
Yeah. Well, y'all been rocking it.
We've been giving it hell, man. Almost not poor. Almost.
Yeah. Well, thanks for rocking it with us, man.
Dude,
Coming in
yeah.
here and
Oh, hell
sharing your
yeah.
story with us.
No, man. I was happy to be a part of this, man, and be on an episode.
Yeah,
it's
dude.
It's been kick-ass getting to like really know you more, you know? Like we've chatted,
No
but
doubt.
just, you know, in passing almost. And at events, it's hard, right? If I'm
Totally,
hosting
man. There's a lot
specifically.
going on. But
Yeah, you're moving, I'm moving. It's like
Yeah.
everybody's walking in the door and waving to them so they don't feel like I don't love them.
Yeah, I know it.
It's I always tell people, I'm like, the best time to talk to me is any time that I'm not hosting.
Yeah.
Because I'm just like head on a swivel while you're hosting. It's like one of those things. But it's been great sitting down with you, man.
No, big time, man. Yeah, we're going in to round out this album that's coming out in the fall. So maybe I'll get a chance if y'all have an opening.
Hey, you tell us when, brother.
Once it's out,
I would absolutely love
come
that.
in and dig in on that.
Yes, we would love that.
Come shred, bro.
Yeah.
I want to watch you shred, man.
Well, we'll just make you guys do it together.
Yeah. There you go.
Be badass.
That's it. Well, man, thank you so much for your time.
Thanks, fellas. This is good shit.
Yeah, awesome, man. I appreciate you and your artistry, and it's great to watch it freaking just continue to grow, man.
Well, thanks for being a platform for guys like me that can spread the word, man.
We're just happy to be here. And we're happy you're here too, brother.
Hell yeah.
Well, guys, I'm Nicky T.
Kurt Ozan, and we'll see you in the front row. Thank you, dude.